Back at it, brother.
Hey, finally.
Finally. How you feeling? Before we jump into this, I know it's been a little while. How you feeling?
Oh man, I feel good.
Do you?
Yeah. After
Not-
last week, yeah.
Not tense and any, you like just...
Well, it's been a little hot. Maybe get a little cool down, calm the nerves.
Let me see if I can help you with that really quick. Excuse us 1 second.
Oh, no, you're good.
This is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Refreshing.
We all
Yes.
feel better?
Weight lifted off the shoulders.
All right. So before we jump into it, we have to say it every time for whatever reason so we don't get canceled again. We are live in a garage, so whatever logos you see, we're not sponsored by anybody yet. So Miller Lite, man, like I should be your biggest stockholder because I probably spend the most money as an individual. So the pallet of beer someday. Even Eric, like look, he's not drinking Modelo anymore. He's drinking Miller Lite as well.
Get the pallet, half a pallet, a 12-pack. Get him something.
Something. Start off small. We'll work up to it.
Yeah.
Ready to jump into it? We have a guest. Finally, again. Eric and I were speaking the other day and it's like, hey, diversity. Everybody we have on is a boy. There's been a few.
We've had a few females.
Few. But so finally, Miss Adair has decided to join us.
Yep.
Tell us about you.
He paid me a lot of money to be here, guys.
Yeah, because I have no
I'm
money
just
Don't
whatsoever.
let the other
I'm
guests
just
find
kidding.
Right.
out. Everyone else is like, what the hell?
So actually, he's a long-term friend of the family, and we just happen to both be successful in the fields that we're in. So, my name is Adair. I'm currently in the sports combat media world as a personality. I do interviews, host podcasts, about to start my own show, and I like to do comedy skits. I like to make people laugh. I love the fight world.
I saw that. So I'm curious. Whatever happened to the guy that was standing in your backyard without a shirt on, just staring at your wall?
Oh, the Bob.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He's still in my backyard.
Staring at the wall.
So
still?
So this is a funny story. So I actually got the Bob because I was going to do funny skits with him, right? And the Bob actually belongs to James Vick, who's a former UFC fighter.
Yep.
And
here, local.
Yeah, local. So I called him and he's like, yeah, I have one. So he let me use it. I put it in my backyard. Forgot I had it in my backyard. So I woke up. I opened my windows and shit because it was nice and, sunny outside. And this was before it was like super hot in Texas. It was still nice weather. So I had the windows open and I looked outside and I saw the Bob dummy and I forgot I had it. So it scared the shit out of me.
What?
It scared me so bad. I literally jumped and I was home alone. So I was like, oh shit, there's a white man in my backyard. Shirtless white man in my backyard.
Staring at my wall.
Yeah, staring at my wall. So it took me a minute to register that I put him there. And then I decided to make a video just to make fun
nobody
of
puts
myself.
baby in the corner.
God.
But you did.
I did.
I mean, literally, pull out the gat or something. Like, all right, I'm shooting balls.
Yeah, it's scary.
Oh, she says it in the video. She's like, where's the Glock?
Yeah, literally.
And I look, and I'm sitting here waiting for something to happen, and then she, pans the camera
I turned the
over,
camera, and I
was like,
in,
man.
and it's the dummy.
Oh, my God.
But it really did scare me. So, and even my best friend's staying with me right now, so she had to move it and put it in the closet, to hide it, which it scared me then. The other day I went in and it was in the closet. I had to go put it back outside because I jumped into the closet. Well, I have it a little bit taller than me, so if I train or hit it, I'm within distance. Yeah, right distance. So I keep thinking there's a man.
Wow.
Well, it's funny because I have a buddy that bought a house not too long ago, and I finally got to go over and see it. And they've got this area called the dungeon, and it's beneath the ground, right? But it's you walk in, there's their washroom, right, for their washer dryer, and then you walk back and there's these shelves, if someone's prepping for whatever, and then you turn the corner and you can see the natural rock there. And I turned the corner and I was like, what is that? So the son, to be funny, took a mannequin from a store that closed and just put it back in that corner. So anytime anybody turns that corner to look, it looks like there's a man sitting back there just staring at you.
Yeah.
That is funny, man.
Scary.
That's funny. You keep getting scared by Bob.
I keep getting scared by Bob.
Just get
and
rid
I
of
put
him.
There.
Yeah. Or use them.
I have to use them and give them back. That's what I have to do. So
you brought up the weather, and that's a great segue, because when did it go from freaking nice to Texas summer like that?
I don't know.
It happens overnight.
It really did.
In
This
Texas.
year
It was
it
like
did.
this past couple weeks, right? Had to be,
Yeah,
right?
like we had the nicest
This
weather.
week.
Yeah, I had my
70s
windows
during the
open.
day. Yeah,
I was cruising with my windows down, and then it was like hell.
right.
Humidity.
Yeah.
It's like the humidity came and like, okay, heat, and then now the heat's gonna stay.
Yeah, we're in for it now. It's here.
uncomfortable.
It's here to stay. And all these storms that have, like, supposedly going to come through, like tonight, probably we'll see, that have missed us every single freaking time. So we'll see if we get one of those good rains. My yard needs it. You know, we're at the new spot, and I've got nothing but weeds
You're
in my
trying
yard.
to water, get through it.
Yeah.
I heard we're supposed to have a lot of rain this year,
We'll
which
see.
means we're gonna have a little bit more bugs, a little bit more mosquitoes, a little bit more gnats.
Yeah. I mean, we always got mosquitoes.
I'm
Skeeters
sorry if
are
I'm
guaranteed.
turning anybody away from moving to Texas. It's great here.
They-
No,
They've been
keep
here.
going. Keep going.
The
keep
mosquitoes
going.
have been here.
Keep going. We're already
Yeah,
over-
right.
We got too
Please.
many
We're already
people.
overpopulated.
Don't come here. Our mosquitoes are the size of dinosaurs.
They are. That's our national bird. You know, that's our state bird is the skater.
The skeeter.
The skater's our state bird.
Oh gosh.
So before we jump in completely into you, there's one other thing I want to talk about. So, of course, anytime I get to talk about one of my kids or both of them, it's a proud papa moment, right? So we just passed graduation season because I was going to talk about this last week, but Diva still hasn't gotten here from last week. So if there's
Diva's
a
him,
delay,
right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
he called me diva because he's got the real
Miva,
diva.
male diva. Miva.
He's the
Miva.
true diva.
I like that.
of,
Miva.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that
Oh
too.
no, you should see one show. He jumped off. He ran out because he was like, "Oh no, I got to get to hair and makeup." Like I feel like something.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like something's about to start to.
And you've got all the
Um,
rules. Got to do this. Oh no, this, that. Got to look like this. No.
So he jumps off and runs. But anyways, was supposed to be here last week, so it would have been closer to graduation season. But my oldest has graduated. So proud of her. Going off to
Yay.
Oklahoma.
That's not far.
Well.
Just up the road.
But I want
Yeah.
to talk about this though, and I don't mean to go sentimental on people. And the dude may never see this video because I mean we only have tens and tens of people that watch us, so he may never see it. But we went to a graduation party, right? One of her friends, and a teacher was there. To think about how influential a teacher can be on a student, that they show up to a graduation party, I thought was like unmatched. Like that's awesome. Like I think about teachers when I was growing up. Now I was a class clown. I got into trouble a lot. So like people are like, Galvan, get out of here, right? But to see that a teacher showed up and was like willing to be there, ready to be a part of it, I thought that was awesome because it just shows how inspirational they can be on their students and want to continue to see them succeed. So I thought that was amazing.
I always say that teachers are the most influential people in our lives. I still remember to this day my best teacher and my worst teacher. Like it is imprinted and it changed my life in some way. So like whenever you find, I don't know why it is. I guess because like when you're young and coming up, like there's a moment when you kind of detach from your parents and you don't really listen to your parents. You don't really learn what your parents are trying to teach you, but you learn what your teachers are teaching you, right? So you kind of get close to them, closer than you would your parents, not realizing it.
Yeah.
And they have this impact on you that stays for the rest of your life. That's why I always feel like people that are teachers have really important jobs.
Absolutely.
And people that don't like teaching shouldn't be teachers because you're affecting kids for like the rest of their life. I mean, I'm sure you have stories, or anybody in here probably has stories
Yeah.
of like some shitty ass teacher they had, right?
Oh yeah.
That,
Oh, for sure.
like, and you always, sometimes it traumatizes people.
For us that showed up to school, David.
Yeah. No, and you're right. Like I didn't have like per se great awesome teachers, but I had assistant principals
Yeah.
because I'd go talk to the principals.
You were in
out there.
trouble all the time too.
And so I had one.
Always
I had a
called into
break
the
where I
office.
didn't, but I had one in elementary school, and she was like, Eric, pushing me to do like, you got good scores doing this, don't do this. So she pushed me in that direction. Then I had a good run in middle school. Then back in high school, another assistant principal, and then we get to graduation. And anytime I did get in trouble, those two people would be talking to me.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, you're gonna get in trouble. Now you're going to this other school. Like, hey, this is what you got to do. Why did take it back to square one? And now I think about them, and one of them too. Graduation was there, winked his eye. To me, that was big. I was like, oh shoot,
Right.
that the homie cares.
I made it.
He just winked at me like he wasn't just trying to get me in trouble,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they do
those
play.
those type of people teach you firsthand like not to have yes men around you, right?
For sure.
Yeah,
They
they
like
put
to
you-
they love you, they support you, but they'll tell you about yourself real quick.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
like, you know, you're gonna pay the consequences,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
this is how you don't do this again. Teach me the life story, you know.
Yeah, but I just want to share that so that, like, I don't know. I've got a big thing for teachers, people that mold the minds of our future. So I thought it was a great story.
That's
So
awesome.
before we transition, can somebody text Chester and just say yes? Jaime can't. His phone's casting. No, on your phone. Well, I guess if you can throw it to me. Throw it to me.
You better catch it.
You can't. And I'm not putting my passcode out on while we're recording. Come on. Got it. Sorry for the interruption.
That would suck if it fell and broke.
It wouldn't. I have insurance for a reason. So let's transition to you. So you're into MMA.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of, I mean,
Surprisingly.
is it like a small like distributor of MMA, or are you kind of like, where are you at? Which platform?
So, okay, so MMA is a very small world.
Okay.
Even though it's one of the biggest growing sports right now, it's super popular, but it's an extremely small world. So, I actually started training in 2013 after I had my son, and I just wanted to lose baby weight, okay? I wasn't trying to, like, compete. I wasn't trying to do anything serious. I wanted to lose baby weight, and my brother's the one that brought me to this gym. And I had no idea that these gyms had professional athletes that were training in them.
Like
They were-
each gym.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all, again. I accidentally, Chester. I didn't mean to hit no. That was on my watch.
So,
He said no, not yes.
wow. So don't come over.
No, please don't. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm
so
sorry.
no, you're good. My bad, Chester.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad.
So I started doing it, and I didn't know I was even good at it. Like my brother, I started doing kickboxing because like kickboxing, like that's like high intensity. You'll
Yeah.
lose weight quick. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. My brother was a wrestler in high school, so he wanted to go and join the competition class. I didn't want to do that shit, but we rode together, so I stayed while he was training, and he was like, come on, just come on, just come on.
Come
just
try
do
it.
that." I was like, no, it was all guys. I had no interest in doing that at all. And they all looked like they knew what they were doing. So I went out there, I tried it, and like I was good at it. I had no idea. Like I was naturally good at it. So then I fell in love with it and started training, started going to different gyms, cross training. I was meeting other professional athletes, other professional coaches, and I was like, oh shit, you're in the UFC. Oh shit, you're in Bellator. Oh shit. Like it was so cool. I had no idea there were so
How
many
small the
professional
world
fighters
is.
in Texas. So I learned
Well, because that's all we have to do in Texas: either drink
Right.
or fight,
or
I mean,
play football.
Or
Play football.
football, of course.
and baseball. But
So
anyway.
or run away from those big ass mosquitoes that we have out here.
Training.
So I just learned a lot over the years, right? And I'm a pretty analytical person, so once I catch on to something, and like it's a sport, I'm watching it, and it makes sense to me, like I'll fall in love with it.
Yeah.
And I did that for years. I would go to these fight watch parties and all this stuff. And then while I was training, right, I kept that under wraps because I was a professional model. And when you're modeling, you don't want them to know that you punch and kick and fight for fun.
Wait a
because-
second. Did your agency put you up to coming on here?
No.
Because they've been hitting me up a lot. And they're like, we need you to take on this modeling gig.
Oh my god.
And it's for some reason summer wear, and I don't know, like, I'm getting tired of all the emails,
Oh
phone
my
calls,
God.
text messages.
Just say yes.
if
Yeah,
they
just
put
say
you
yes.
if they put you onto this, and that's why you decide to show up, we're gonna have a problem.
No.
Okay, all right, keep going.
So yeah, I didn't say anything because I would have been a liability if they like casted
What?
me. Yeah, if they casted me for like jobs and stuff. They're like, well, she does this on the side. They don't want to risk me showing up with a bruise or
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow.
I never said anything.
Wait,
So-
does it make it like cover that?
Yeah, but
I
you
know,
still
airbrush?
no. You need to no. You
Or
have
maybe
to
if
be
you're swollen.
You have to be as easy as possible. Like you can't come in. But that's why they don't
Photoshop?
like. That's why they don't like tattoos and all that extra stuff.
But you
'cause
have
it's too
tattoos.
much. Yeah, I do. I got this later. I got this last year.
Gotcha.
Okay, chill out, okay?
Hey,
She's
I'm,
telling
Get
her
off of
story,
me.
bro.
I'm
Tell
going.
the story, man.
I'm just wondering.
This was after, right?
Yeah, this is latest.
Okay, my bad. You know
So-
what? Y'all gonna leave? I can hair and makeup.
I'm gonna take over this episode.
Let's go.
Do it.
So yeah, but what was cool about it is while I was model, I learned how to be on camera. I got into the entertainment world, so I learned how the media world worked, and I had all this information and knowledge of the fight world. So a little bit over a year ago, I was watching ESPN, and
We're not sponsored.
not sponsored yet.
Yes.
I was watching ESPN, and the little docuseries they did with Laura Sanko came out, and she was talking about her journey, how she became how she made history in the UFC as a female commentator. And I just watched her story, and I was like, I can do this.
That could be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I can do this. I have background. I know how to be on camera. I have the knowledge. So I said I want to do it. And the first company I worked for was for Ocho TV. It's Stephen Ocho Peterson. He just retired.
There's
this
an
year.
Ocho TV.
Yeah.
ESPN the Ocho. Dodgeball the movie. Come on. Anyways, keep going.
I don't know.
That was my first production company I worked with. I'm still a part of the team, so he actually just had his first fight organization a couple weeks ago, and I commentated on that. But
I saw that.
I said I wanted to commentate. I said I wanted to interview people. I said I wanted to be on a podcast.
Do it
Here
all.
you are.
I did all of it. I did everything.
That's
And
awesome.
within I think the first 6 months, I got on the podcast with Kevin Holland. He had his Realize Recognize podcast, and he started off with me. Met a whole bunch of people that way, and now I branched off and I'm doing my own thing. About to start my own show. Like, this shit has happened fast. Like, it's crazy how fast.
That's what we're looking for.
Really?
Well,
Maybe.
that's what
Maybe.
Daniel. Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
on-
ready, Mr. Sunshades?
You know, I'm
Sunshades?
gonna have to take.
Sunshades?
Yeah, I've been drinking
Let's-
some
yeah,
really
let's-
good liquor.
Speaking of which, before we segue, so what am I about to sample? What is this? And we're not sponsored.
We are.
This is Howler Head. It's banana whiskey, and it's amazing.
We're about to find out. This is my first sip of it.
Is this like that prison whiskey where they make it out of fruits?
No, it ain't no
In a
prison.
toilet?
And yeah, they ferment the fruit, or
Really?
they add bananas to the whiskey.
No, I think.
Salud?
Salud.
Drink with us? Salud? That's what
I
she...
don't need any
So,
more.
hey, and what's funny about it is, we're sitting here drinking... Eric and I, we have glasses. Somebody's drinking out of red Solo cup.
She's keeping it real.
I asked you if you wanted me to have a glass.
That actually is really
See?
That is, and it actually tastes like banana.
good.
Yeah, right?
That's a good sipping whiskey.
That's crazy.
It would taste good in like banana bread if you were to bake it with it. If you just want to sip on it. if you
That
wanna mix
actually
it.
is really good.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You doubted me. Look at
This
you.
is like a good breakfast whiskey. If there was such a thing.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the
Yeah.
morning.
Hey, vacation time with the smoothie. Oh no.
Oh man.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's make it personal. So I've heard that you're actually dating somebody now,
Uh huh.
and he goes out and picks fights with people.
Not just any type of people, right?
I mean,
It's
is that? Well, hang on. I heard he likes to go out and pick fights. Is that true? Yes or no?
No.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't pick them.
He doesn't.
They pick them.
Somebody else picks
Ooh,
him for
Somebody
them.
picks
insider
them.
information?
So
yeah.
he's out there just, oh, y'all want me to fight? I guess I'll show up and fight somebody.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You pick it for me. That's even more bad.
Be like, who do you want me to fight? All right, cool, I'll show up.
Yeah.
Heck
So that's really funny. He does not pick the fight. He doesn't pick fights.
They pick him for him.
They pick it for him. And he's
Yeah.
like, yes.
When you think about it that way, you're like, damn,
Yeah. That's funny.
that's
Pick fights.
badass.
I mean, he has been trying to pick a fight lately. He's been calling out whoever he can to try and get to, fight him. But yeah. So my boyfriend's Jamal Hill, if anybody's wondering.
Oh man,
He's great. He's awesome.
Look at that.
And
Doesn't
I actually,
he have like a belt or something?
he has about. He's a champion. He's
He's
a
a
world
champion.
champion.
Oh no, I meant to
You chilling?
to hold his britches up.
you're chilling with.
Yeah, so he just won the world champion. He won the title in January when he went to Brazil and fought Glover Teixeira.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. It was an amazing fight, and it was short notice. Like he
he didn't even have time to.
He
prep
didn't even
for
have
it.
a full fight camp.
Wow.
When he found out, I mean, of course he said yes. What happened is they went down the roster. The next people in line was either hurt or out. So he was the only one that was available.
It was a blessing.
And ready, and he took it. And
But he stayed ready enough to be like,
no, he didn't.
no.
He's
So
just
he's just that guy.
natural athlete.
Dang. So you're like, no, he wasn't really
he
ready.
He really wasn't, but he got
Buddy.
he got his mind right, and then he got.
So what's crazy about that, and I want us to talk about that more, but I actually did some research on you.
Oh yeah.
Even though I've
Thank
known
you.
you for since you were
Normally I do,
You're fine.
but I knew he do you, so I was like,
even though
damn.
I've known you since you were like a baby.
Right.
But I did some research, and I saw this video that you shot, and it was a conversation with you and another gentleman. And you talk about these champions aren't champions when they win the belt.
Yeah.
Their mind, they're champions way before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was that his train of thought, or what do you think?
Yeah, he thinks the same way. Like if you ever go back and listen to like old interviews that he said years ago that he was going to be champion.
He manifested it.
He actually said on our podcast that we had where he was the guest, which is how I met him. He came on it.
On a podcast.
Awesome. He came on as a guest. Okay, I got to pause
Go ahead.
and then
Pause.
and then
Tell
like we're
us.
gonna do a mark and then come back to this, but I have to tell the backstory of how I met him.
Yeah, how did you meet this
Okay.
guy? Yeah.
We'll come back to that, but I'm
Okay,
gonna finish
okay,
the
okay. Yeah,
champion
finish
talk.
this.
So he came on the show and we asked him at the time he had nothing on his schedule to fight. And we asked him like, hey, what do you want next? And he said, I want the shot at the title. And if I were to get somebody, the way I see it, it would be Glover. And he said that, I think, 3 months before that actually happened.
Oh, nice.
So when the news dropped, I was like, do you remember saying that on the podcast? Like everything that's happened, he already, so he's not surprised when he talks about it. He's like, I already knew. And anybody else that I know that's like a fighter and has won over and over, they have the same mentality. Like they have already told themselves before anybody else believed in them that that's what they were, and all they had to do was prove it to everybody else.
Okay.
So yeah.
And that makes sense with everything you hear from what successful people say. It's like success doesn't happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your little habits 3-4 years ago,
Oh yeah.
and you keep doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and then one day, boom.
Yeah.
You're there.
It's a different lifestyle, way of living, and like believing in yourself. Like you don't get there just by saying it. You know, you gotta actually live it. So
All right, so back to how we met.
yeah, so we met. Jamal and I met on a podcast, and it was so funny because he was actually my UFC crush. I did not think
What?
I did not think I was ever gonna meet him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was my crush. So
It was like a dream come true.
it really was. Yeah, it was crazy. So, and it was so wild. So we were in the group message, our production team, and they were like, "Hey, Jamal Hill's coming on the show." Now, if Jamal spells his name different, like he has an H in it, right?
An H.
So, but when they text the production company, they left the H out. It was just like regular JMAL. So me and the other producer were thinking, or the other host were thinking, it was the Paralympic swimmer in Houston, who was also an athlete,
Okay.
right?
See, I thought it was somebody else.
Because of the name.
Because the name is his
spelling.
name
Yeah.
is Jamal Hill, and
Wow.
he's a
It
Paralympic
probably
athlete.
still is.
It is.
Wasn't.
He is.
It's
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Just to be
guy-
clear. Just
This
to be
guy.
clear.
So, yeah, we do the research, and I was like, okay, cool, and that makes sense because we would always go to Houston for Kevin's training, right? It was right up the street. I didn't think it was UFC Jamal Hill. So then Kevin confirms it, and I told Kevin, I was like, Kevin, I called him the day before. I was like, do you know I have a crush on him? I was like, you cannot tell him. You cannot tell him. And when we first met, it was like he was so cool. He was so down to earth, and like he was just my type of guy. Like I did when I realized how cool he was and how funny he was and like
Bugs Flying.
Yeah.
and how like easy he was to talk to. Like I liked him even more, and I could tell he liked me. Of course, he thought I was like cute, whatever. And yeah, we just kind of like. I think initially we were attracted to each other, but we didn't like act on that then.
So here's my Gen Z of the word for the day. Y'all were vibing.
we were vibing.
Is that correct?
We were
Did
vibing.
I use that in proper
Vibing.
context?
Yeah, but we kept it professional.
Okay, profesh.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then later, I don't even know when it was, a couple weeks, maybe a while. I don't know. Some time went by and I just told him. I just told him, I was like, hey, so I have to tell you something.
Just to let you know.
Like,
Just so you know.
throw this out there.
I totally have a crush on you. And here I am. And he made me his girlfriend.
That's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
I know.
Like,
So I
yeah.
tell all women, go after your dreams. Don't be shy. Don't expect them to come after you. Okay?
Shoot your shot.
If you see something you want, say it.
shoot your shot.
Go on and get it.
Yeah. And I have terrible aim. So the fact that I shot my shot and I got it.
That's awesome.
And you
though.
didn't miss? Like,
That's
seriously?
awesome,
What the
though.
heck?
I mean, of course, like, you know, it's not like it was that simple. Like, you know, we have to be, like, we vibe. We have
You gotta
similar
put-
views. And he likes the way I am, the type of woman I am. I like the type of man he is, you know. We just work well together.
So I'm not saying we're using you by any means. So that means one day you can coerce him to come on and talk to us.
Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill. That's what we're going to refer to him as.
Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill. Bring the belt.
Oh.
And just wear it over your chest.
Good segue. So
That's a heavy belt.
Bring
so
the
he
belt.
wins the belt. The next day, the next week, how often do you see this belt? Are they like
Yeah,
it's
he
everywhere?
has it- Yeah, he has it with him all the time. And you know what's funny? When I went to go see him after he won the belt, I didn't even really look at it. Like, because I was more concerned about him and the fact that I knew all this, like, he just succeeded in something. And he set the record of the most significant strikes in a
Oh,
fight.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So, and he's the first fighter off the Contender Series to win a title. So
Wow.
he had broke multiple records that night.
he earned this belt by far?
Yeah. So I mean, but it's cool. It's cool. It's shiny.
Does he shine it or someone else shines it?
No, he don't shine. I sometimes I clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I
So
clean
it's
Microfiber.
heavy.
it. It's heavy.
Is he like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna bring the belt out tonight.
No.
No.
He
He just.
So when I'm manifesting, like you said.
Let's see if this works.
Like what you
Are we
said, I'm
testing-
manifesting.
Are we testing
So
the method?
we are. So when he comes on, we need that belt like all the way across.
Just wear it.
Yep, we want to see it.
It's heavy.
That's cool.
So yeah, what's really cool is, again, he was a crush of mine. So it's like all the things that I said I was gonna do when I sat and I watched that docuseries of Laura Sanko, who now is somebody that messages me. We talk all the time.
Oh, nice.
She
Wow.
gives me advice. Yeah, Dean Thomas is like a mentor of mine, and he's on one of the anchors on the ESPN table with UFC.
Not sponsored.
So it's just cool, like all the things that I saw, you know, like it just came to me. And when it came to me, I think this happens for a lot of people. Like, we see things we want and then we get close to it, like it starts coming near us, or we get close, or we bring ourselves to it
And get scared.
and we get scared.
Yeah.
But
And
then
we
you
just-
go grab it. You went and grabbed
No,
it.
I'm a grabber.
You're gonna go. Oh,
Yeah,
you're right
I'm
there.
violating my dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
But you have to, right? 'Cause
No,
some
I'm
people-
serious.
Some
Don't
people
cancel
see
us.
it.
Don't
Some people
cancel
see
us.
it and they're gonna be bashful.
Yeah, well, because you don't feel like you're ready, and you know, like
Put yourself.
I'm coming in. I'm a model with the, you know, what do I know, right? I already know how people are gonna look at me. I already know that I don't have a journalism background. I already knew what I was up against, but I didn't care because I knew what I wanted. So
And look at you now.
yeah, and now
That's crazy.
now I'm about to start my own show, and it's just
So speaking
it's
of which,
awesome.
is there a chance that Eric and I are going to be on the show?
Yeah,
You heard it.
you want to be on the show?
It's
Rick?
it's
I
documented.
want to be on the show.
It's documented. She said yes.
Get us on there.
It's virtual though,
It don't matter.
so as long as okay,
We just want some. I won't say exposure. We just enjoy talking.
yeah.
We enjoy the conversation.
Learning. I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be a good learning experience.
Learning experience.
Yeah.
Learn
So
from
my
a
show,
pro.
my show's called Rough Cuts.
Plug it.
All right,
I got
Rough
a
For
Rough
the,
Cuts.
Cut.
It'll
for
be
the
on.
tens and tens of people that watch us, plug
I got
it.
a rough cut. So.
It'll
So
be
do
on
I.
Fight Bananas, and we talk about life. We relate it to fighting because fighting is life. And then you have to tell a joke.
Oh, I got
On the
jokes.
show.
I got jokes.
Oh,
I
for
know
days.
you got
I
jokes.
got jokes
You
for
have to
days.
tell a
love
joke
that.
on the
So
show.
everybody's
for
got to
days.
tell
Everybody's
a joke.
got to tell a joke.
I got jokes for
Oh,
days.
heck yeah.
We just have, like
Dang.
mine will probably be bleeped out the entire time, but I've got jokes.
It can't be inappropriate.
I'll have to write some more.
Get creative, Daniel.
I'll
Come
have
on,
to write
guy.
some more.
Because you will get canceled. Don't cancel my show.
No, we don't want to get canceled.
I won't cancel you guys. I'm a great guest. I'm talking about him.
Oh yeah, don't get all three of us canceled.
Right. So what's funny about that is, should we talk about Eric and the Shades or no?
What about it?
All the heck that Adair was giving you before we went on.
Oh
This fool was going to wear the Oculus
yes.
to
I
interview
was.
me. The Oculus.
And you were pretty cool with it.
Actually, no, it was just amazing because that would have been like the first. But the thing is, guys, is Texas is just too hot for.
It was too humid. Like my eyes were melting in the first 10 seconds I put that bad boy on.
It was like fog in there.
Yeah, and then it was like a sauna. You know what it feels like when you're in a sauna? Well, this part of my face, I couldn't do it. I would have just been dead.
Views.
Next, we'll do it.
Right.
We'll do it
Views.
when the temperatures
When the
drop.
temperature's better, yeah.
All right, so let's segue to our last topic. It is Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day, buddy.
Hey, and back at you. Happy
Appreciate
Father's
Happy
Day.
it.
Father's Day to you guys.
Thank you. What's in the plans for tomorrow?
So my son got lucky and he has a birthday on Father's Day.
Okay.
So probably be me and my dad first half of the day. He's got a soccer game and then birthday cake. So it's like Father's Day / Thiago's birthday.
Cool.
So-
What about you?
I'm going to see my father tomorrow, and me, my brother, my best friend, her kids, because my best friend, she's kind of like my dad's extra daughter.
Gotcha. Bonus daughter.
So, and she happens to be a chef
Oh,
officially, so she's going to be cooking. And we're
So
gonna
you
be-
really want to critique my cooking now that you have a best friend?
yeah. So my
That's a
best friend
chef.
lives with me right now, and she cooks all the time.
you know what? That could be another guest. We
Right?
haven't had a chef.
We
Oh,
have-
yeah.
I'm not cooking for her that night. Nope.
No, she can bring a dish.
No.
She would like that. No,
Yeah.
She would like that.
That'd
Put
be
her on.
cool.
Put her on. So for me, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
what you
Mother's
doing?
Day, I ask, what do you want for Mother's Day? And they throw out whatever kinds of food. So it's either I have two choices. One, I accept the frozen TV dinner with Salisbury steak and brown gravy, or I cook myself. I voted to
That
cook
sounds
my-
really extreme.
Oh, it's true. It's facts. Oh, another Gen Z word. Facts. Big facts.
Facts?
No cap. Another one. There you go.
No. Cap is not Gen Z. My 7 and 9-year-old say cap. And you know what they tell
And Cap is old school, actually, from like the old heads back.
the old head used to say
Like-
it?
Whoa.
And they
Yes,
brought it
like-
back.
Yes, there's a
Well,
lot
a
of
lot
older.
of stuff like lit was brought back from the
Yeah,
old head.
lit
Whoa.
and Cap.
Whoa. I'm the old one. Y'all stop.
No, I'm just saying.
So, anyways, what I'm saying is, I've actually made the decision here in about 1 minute. I'm going to throw a brisket on the smoker, cook it overnight, and
Cook for your Father's Day,
yes, I'm cooking.
but it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm
the
just
best
saying. You
You
present.
should
Just saying.
treat yourself.
Calm down, Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I love that show, by the way. Not sponsored. All right. What you got
I'm
in
glad you
closing?
knew my reference.
No, hey, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
You in closing?
Me?
Yeah. Say
No.
something to the 10s and 10s that watch us.
I don't know what else to say to you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, she said
Thank
enough.
you for watching.
Yeah.
The
Tell
10s and
tell
10s.
10 more people about the show.
For me, I appreciate you. You definitely did us a favor because you have to share it.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it.
All right. To the 10s and 10s, until next time,
Next time.
Until next time.
stay hydrated.